GG, I am DJ John Tavall, Lainell, Chris Ryder. We all did at the Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge. We got a special guest tonight, the special podcast, Checkerz. You know what I mean? Boxing, my man, you know what I'm saying? Hawk, Von Dame, and
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Get That Work, a.k.a. Todd, man. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah.
What's up?
What's going on, y'all?
Hold on, we gotta give it a little clap for you guys, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Roundtable knows how to make me feel special. Jesus.
That's what it is,
You
man.
gotta challenge
Good.
Michael Buffer real quick, man. You heard?
Oh, man, but listen, man, welcome again, though, brothers, man. Appreciate you guys coming over here. You know what I'm saying? Definitely I want to talk about your podcast, though, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Checked it out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for those who don't know, I mean, Hawk, Von Dame, you know what I'm saying? We know each other for, I don't know how many years. You know what I'm saying?
Years,
But
yeah.
it's like, you know, it's great to see, you know what I'm saying, us just like doing different things, you know what I'm saying?
And grow, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, talked about that, man. Elaborate that, man. I mean, how the whole podcast got started and, you know what I mean? Like, just the whole thing, the overall objective.
Work actually started it. It was his idea. He was originally starting the Twitch.
So, I guess the story goes that I started I'm not going to say everything. I started it up, I had the idea, and I was looking for a co-host, and I was just like, I need somebody to do this with, because I need that interaction. I need somebody to go back and forth with me.
Okay.
So I asked around, and a couple of people that I asked was like, they was too busy. I was just like, you're not working, but you busy? I'm like, all right. So every time I see Hawk, we go back and forth about boxing.
Okay.
So he's like, yo, let's do it. Let's see how it goes. And we did one show, and it's history from there.
Yeah, man.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah. He actually was looking for someone that's extremely good looking, talented, all that. And when he couldn't find that, he came and got me. So that's when I stepped in. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, though, man. That's what's up.
We always go at it with different topics. Whether you know he likes certain fighters, I don't. We kind of see eye to eye, but we not afraid to speak our mind go against each other.
That's what we need,
so
though.
it's love.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, just to make sure, though, your whole topic is just about boxing.
No,
get anything else.
No.
It's mainly boxing.
Mainly boxing, yeah.
Okay.
That's our first love. That's our first love, boxing.
Okay.
But we definitely talk about MMA and anything.
Oh, okay, like combat sports?
Yeah.
Combat, yeah.
Okay.
But the only thing is right now we haven't really dived into other stuff, but we do other topics, gaming and movies, shows.
Okay.
Right now it's mainly surrounded by combat sports.
Well, I mean, I love the name, Checkerz. I'm like, oh shit, Checkerz, my God, man.
We not holding punches, man.
Who came up with that name, by the way? Who just like you guys worked on it collaboratively, or?
That was me.
Okay.
Now, you know, Hawk was just like, yo, we need a good name. And I was like, all right, give me a couple of hours. Couple of hours game. I told him Checkerz. He was just like, I fucking love it.
That's it.
I fucking love
it.
That's what it is. With the Z in the end, right?
Yeah,
sir.
Right.
So
right.
you know,
that's what's up.
Yeah, it was fun. It's so far it's a fun process. You know, it's great when you work with somebody that you're cool with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got great chemistry. You know what I'm saying? We knew each other for a while, so it works.
We feed off each other well. And you know what I want to say is we still haven't learned 100% how to get everything on there. Because we're only scratching the surface. It's so new to us. A lot of our best shit don't even get seen. It hasn't even been out there yet. It's so new to us. You gotta stay tuned, and we're gonna bring you more. It's only gonna get better. Like we were talking about it earlier. You only get better within time and practice.
Absolutely,
man.
practice everything. Practice is always everything.
Yeah,
definitely.
So, it's a learning process, but I think the chemistry's natural, and we gonna go at it every week, man.
You guys are doing a fantastic job, though, man. Because I mean, for you guys who just started, really, it doesn't look like it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really look like it. I mean, like, I was like, okay, and like the editing part I saw, and I mean, the guy, and you guys are right, though. You guys definitely have a great chemistry because the way you guys flow off each other, you know what I mean, it just comes off like so natural.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is like something that it shows like it was meant to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I gotta give him 100% of the credit. While we are partners, We are partners, but 100% of the editing is work, man. He go in.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I give him 100% credit, man. Everything y'all see and love, that's work right there, man.
No, absolutely. I'm saying. I mean, and it's great. Like you actually acknowledge that because I mean, editing is a big part.
Nah, definitely.
When you actually trying to present it, you know what I'm saying, to actually target a particular audience. And I mean, you guys are doing a fantastic job again with that whole editing thing. But I mean, the main thing though is making sure the content is right. You know what I'm saying, and the energy and the chemistry is right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying. So you guys are doing a great job, man. So
you too, though, man.
That's another clap right there for you guys.
We always checking that. Thank you. He contended with Michael Buffer, man. I wanted to, raise my hands real quick, like I'm being introduced to go a couple rounds.
Oh man,
yeah, man.
Oh man.
But I want to say real quick when it comes to the promotion,
yeah,
a lot of that is Hawk because I don't got the patience. I don't got it. I try. I may do like an hour, promotion on social media, but when it comes to Hawk is 3 hours, 4 hours straight, and he gets it out there.
That's what it is.
He gets it out there.
But it's great that you actually understand each other as far as like your strengths and weaknesses, right? Like what you're good at and what you're not really good at. You know what I'm saying? You guys balance it out.
Yeah.
So that's great, man. That's definitely great because that's the whole point of really working as a team. You focus on what I'm good at. You focus on what you're good at. And we just match it up together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, from the area we come from, is the crabs in a bucket effect, where rather than look at your man and go, he's good at this, you hate your man for that. And I don't know, I got thick skin and I'm confident in myself where I could look at my brother and go, my guy's fly, man. He does this great.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask him for help and vice versa. So it's dope that it's picking up on what we are good and, like you said, complimenting each other.
Absolutely. So. And it's great because one thing I just can't really work with when those ego clashes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, God, yeah.
Like it just puts you in such awkward position, and you know what I mean. I can't work like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't work like that, and where that's why a lot of these, other podcasts or other shows, whatever, sometimes they don't really fall through the way they should because of those egos clashing.
Yeah.
Not only podcasts though, it's life.
Business. Yeah.
Businesses, friendships,
that's
everything,
very true.
Man.
Yeah, definitely.
It's weird is how you do anything, it's how you do everything. So if you're a sucker with your best friend, chances are you get in there with a business partner, you're a fucking sucker.
Without a doubt.
And yet ego's going to show up. That's right.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah,
though.
he was calling someone a sucker before we got up here. I thought we was going to have to check someone before we even started the shit, man.
I see.
I was like,
I was just like, nah, I don't like that dude.
Yeah.
I don't like that dude. He was just like, nah, chill.
You feel like what? Just like the energy? Like you feel the energy?
I read it. I read it well.
Oh man, you like me though, man. I'm the same way. You know what I mean? Because one thing about energy, it don't lie, bro. Like I'm saying, it's one thing that you can't mask energy. You know what I'm saying? You can mask your wording and how you say certain things and make it sound pretty, but you're not gonna fool me because energy never lies. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna bullshit me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It happens so many times though with me, bro. You know what I mean? I just have patience though. I really do. That's one thing. I mean, that's one of my strengths is that I do have patience.
Well, as older men, you tend to get patience. That comes with time. Not everybody, but most of the time that does come with time. So you need to have patience because we're older men.
Absolutely,
we're older men. So, but you still see through the bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And sometimes I laugh at it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I chuckle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like oh, look at this guy.
Well, why don't y'all let me know where I can get some patience from? Because I have zero. I have fucking zero, man. Whether it be with my kids, with everything, man. That's probably why I always got a cup in front of me. But yeah, I don't have no patience, man. Fuck that. And I'm very good at reading body language and energy, so yeah, my patience is zero.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I think it takes discipline though. Like you really got to discipline yourself with that. You know what I mean? And it's a process too. Like you're not gonna do that, just overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like a discipline. You got to really implement that in your mind all the time and reinforce it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, yeah, bro. But let's get back to your whole overall podcast though. But let's talk about the names though. You guys talked about your podcast name, but let's talk about your individual name. I mean, Hawk, Vaughn, Dame.
Yes, sir. Yes,
How
sir.
you got that name?
Yes. Hawk, baby. It actually has nothing to do with boxing, nothing to do with podcasts. That was a name that I got very early in life. Like most guys, I was a late bloomer, and I was extremely scared to talk to girls. Extremely scared, to the point where I would freeze up, no words would come out, I wouldn't say anything. So I remember one time specifically, I liked the girl, I didn't say anything, and it bothered me for weeks, knowing that I was too scared to even say hi. Wow. So from that point, I was like, I'm never gonna feel like this again in my life. And whenever I felt that nervous feeling, I attacked. And from that point, it became natural to do whatever scared me and whatever I was fearful of, and it was given to me. Most good nicknames are usually given to you. So a bartender saw me, and as I got older, I became I became okay with women. And I wasn't scared to approach or speak, and it got given to me by a bartender or a waiter or something. They saw me see a woman, and they saw me quite a few times do it. I would walk up to them, unafraid, confident, and how you doing? I'm Dame, and they was like, yo, your man moves like a hawk. And from that point on, I kept that name.
Yo, I love it. That name about now. Okay,
man, word up.
So, got you now.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
now it all makes sense now.
I'm actually working on a book. The book's written. I've actually been working on the script. So, like most things, I wasn't a natural writer, so I had to go back to writing class and I put in the work, So right now I'm working on the script, and hopefully eventually you'll see the book out there, the movie out there, and I'll be a bestseller. But Hawk name has nothing to do with checking chins, or I wasn't a boxer knocking motherfuckers out. Nah.
But hold on, you used to box though, right?
Yeah, I trained. I wasn't a boxer. I used to be in and out the gym.
You trained before?
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, I was always in the boxing gym from, I think I started at 17 up until like late 30s. I was always in the gym. My family was boxers, so I was always in the boxing gym. I don't call myself a fighter because the discipline, the amount of time you got to put in to be a boxer's unreal.
Yeah.
The lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
At a young
100%.
age, I was getting high. I was all over the place. So I would never disrespect actual fighters. Especially now, we do what we do.
Yeah.
They put in that work. You can't fake boxing. You can't fake. You can't fake any fight.
That's 1,000% right.
Yeah, you can't. Right. So, yeah, that's it, man.
So I mean, talking about that, what do you guys think about how how boxing is right now in general? I mean, when you got these YouTubers now, you know what I'm saying?
You talk about that all the time.
You guys talk about that all the time.
Let's go. Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on that? Because I mean, do you think that's like a disrespect to boxing when you have people who have no prior experience in boxing and really have no business to be in the ring, but yet we're licensed, you know what I'm saying, to actually fight like a real fighter, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, what's your take about that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I don't mind anybody getting that money.
Definitely.
Ultimately, I don't mind anybody getting that money because it's always a money grab.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
With that being said, some of these guys don't take it serious, and they make a spectacle out of the sport. They do all these antics.
Yeah.
But it's entertaining, and I told Dane,
you took my hat.
No, what you took my hat. It's celebrity boxing now.
It is.
Yeah, celebrity boxing. This is the
boxing.
new age celebrity boxing. So, we know, they're not that skillful. They didn't grow up doing this. But it's celebrity boxing. They're going to make money, and that's what it is. So if you take it as that, then it's fine.
Yes.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't take it serious, then it's fine.
So, but I mean, let me ask you this. Do you think that's kind of like tarnishing the sport? Where they still, that's
a great question, man.
Yes or no?
Yes or no? All right, elaborate on that.
Reason why I say yes and no is because, you still have, like Mayweather. He comes out of retirement and he's fighting these guys. He's fighting these guys. He's a proven boxer. He's coming out of retirement
So
to fight these guys.
what do you think about that? I mean, both of you guys. What do you think about Mayweather?
That's Mayweather's 401k right there.
Right, exactly.
That's his 401k.
And he explained that already.
Yeah,
he explained that. He said, "Look, I can make $5 million, $10 million, maybe even $20 million
Yeah.
fighting a regular boxer, but I'm gonna make $50 million, $100 million fighting a YouTuber.
Right.
Easy.
Why not?
So it's more about the money than his legacy.
Right.
Gotcha.
Floyd, this is my biggest problem. Not even with Floyd. My biggest problem is with Floyd Mayweather fans. You guys, not my friends. You guys, Floyd Mayweather fans try to justify his legacy. I don't give a fuck about his legacy. His legacy is whack. It's whack. No,
man. I disagree with that. We're gonna let him go. Okay. But go ahead.
It's to be. All right, I say that with all due respect. All due respect.
You gotta take it back. Like, hold on.
The reason I say that is because Floyd stopped being a killer the moment he beat De La Hoya. The moment he beat De La Hoya, he stopped being pretty boy Floyd and became money making fucking millions. And all you fanboys okayed all the sucker fighters that he fought. Mayweather fought a lot of top guys and he gets credit for those guys. But Mayweather also took a lot of bullshit fights. So when you're going to measure him up against the legends, the greats, some who have died, you gotta understand, Floyd's probably technically number 1, 2, or 3. But in terms of greatness, I will put him maybe 5 or lower because of the grabbing the bag. There were certain fighters that weren't worth getting in there for. They didn't have the name, the skill, but he got in there to get the pay. And I don't have a problem with that.
Right. I see what you're saying.
I don't have nothing against Floyd for that. I have a problem with the fans coming at me going, "Oh yeah, he fought this." No, I don't want to see him fight him. You should be mad that you paid $60 to fight him.
Man, that's true. I mean, I know Mr. He'll get that word. He want to say something, but I want to just kind of piggyback what you're saying though. I mean, with Mayweather, you're right about that. After the De La Hoya fight, you mean, like, he became more about business, which I mean, I really, you know what I mean? I respect that. Definitely respect that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll also say though, I mean, with boxing though, you know what I mean, you got to get the fans what they want too though, man, because you got to make those fights happen for the fans. That legacy to me is worth more than anything. And after that, you know what I'm saying, after he became Money Mayweather, you know what I mean, he just really started cherry picking his fighters of like, okay, this is a fighter that I know I could beat. You know what I'm saying? He's already out of his prime, because most of the fighters that he fought after De La Hoya, aside from Canelo, which is like he was up and coming. I don't say Canelo was in his prime yet when he fought Mayweather, but other than that, everybody's really, you know, past their prime. From Mosley, you know what I'm saying, from Cotto, you know what I mean, and the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's the thing with Mayweather, but I still respect as what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude definitely flipped the whole thing and really made his brand into, you know what I'm saying, Money Mayweather. So you gotta respect that though. But I mean, go ahead. I mean, I know you want to say something.
You know I'm on all the side.
Yeah,
I was gonna. He's ready to bob and weed. That's called patience though. Like, he just waiting patiently.
I'm just waiting. So now let me ask y'all.
Yeah.
Who did you want to see him fight? If you criticize his legacy, who did you want to see him fight?
Not so much who, when.
Yeah, that's true.
He should have fought
Pacquiao a long time ago.
Should have fought Pacquiao in his prime.
Yeah.
He should have fought Sugar in his prime. He should have fought Cotto in his prime. Cotto was punch drunk off of cement hands, Antonio Margarito. Then I kind of wanted him to fight Antonio Margarito, but then to come to find out this guy's a fucking cheater.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
You gotta be banned for life if you cheat in boxing.
Because you could actually get killed with that.
Come on, man. It's
crazy.
Cement hands?
If you do that, they taking money from the sport, so they're not gonna do that. But all right, so you wanted to see him fight Sugar Shane earlier?
Pacquiao.
There's certain people that he should have just never fought. He should have never fought Marquez. He should have never fought Boldemir. I was there when Boldemir damn near knocked out Zab Judah, and Arthur McCanty held up Zab Judah.
Now, my only comeback is this.
I want to hear
Let
this.
me hear this.
One of the things that I like about Mayweather is that at least when he fought these guys, a lot of them came off their best win. And a lot of fighters now don't always do that. They wait to see a flaw. They wait to see a chink in your armor. At least when he fights somebody, they came off their best win. Not a lot of fighters could say that.
Now, when you say the best win against who though? Was it like a elite fighter, or was it a fighter that was?
There's always a great performance.
Okay.
Now, I want to say, maybe it's not always a great performance, but it's always a win. When he fought Victor Ortiz, it's because he saw what he did against Berto. Now, you could question that fight, but right. When he fought Canelo, they was hyping Canelo up.
That Canelo's actually a win I give him respect for, because I can't wait for you to get better to beat me. You're good now. I'm going to fight you. Cool. He didn't do that with a lot of fighters. But then not only that, this is where we always get into a debate. This is where shit don't get put on camera. Because we talk about greatness and we talk about legacy as opposed to technical and being skilled.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you always go with Mayweather. So let me ask you this. Why wasn't your man able, you beat Canelo, right? Why didn't you go up and fight Triple G?
Why does he need to go up and fight Triple G?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You see the dancing?
Why?
You're moving around like
No,
you're
I'm asking you why.
You're moving around. You shoulder rolling the question. You deflecting.
Why does he need to fight
Ah, man, come on with this bullshit.
Oh,
man.
my God.
Yo,
why does he need to fight him? He's
But
weight
your
class
legacy-
high.
Hold on. He beat. First of all, he fought Canelo, and while everyone screams Canelo is too young, it's
I don't
not
wanna hear that.
true. It's
Right.
not Floyd's job to go, hey, let me raise this guy, let me feed him some milk or tainted,
Yeah, I'm not
tainted
hearing
beef,
that. Yeah.
right? It's tainted beef. I'm not gonna wait for you to get old enough or in your prime to beat me.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
nice now. Here's the contract. Let me fuck you up. Fine. But why didn't he move up and fight Triple G? Why didn't he challenge himself, push himself to be great? That, to me, would have done way more for his legacy. I would have actually considered him the fucking GOAT had he did that. But he didn't. And then you know what he did? He ended up fighting some fucking... Who was after that? Was it Conor McGregor or someone?
Yeah.
Then Canelo goes up and fights Triple G and takes his title. You could have did that. You boxed the ears off Canelo. Say word, your boy fucking Money Mayweather didn't just box the ears off Canelo, and then Canelo went up and beat Triple G. Why didn't he do that?
Years later.
Why didn't he do that?
Oh,
Hey, he
man.
could have sat
This is
around.
a very interesting
He coulda sat
podcast
around.
show right now,
Years
man.
later.
This is why I
good.
give Mayweather a lot of credit, because a lot of fighters his age are not doing that. If you reverse it, right? Let's reverse Canelo and Mayweather. He's younger and he's bigger than you. It's an automatic win. Mayweather's always smaller. He's always older than somebody. Even Pacquiao. Pacquiao's older than him, but people like to say, "Oh, Pacquiao's out of his prime." Well, Mayweather's older than him.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
See, but you going off of age.
I'm just saying.
Boxing isn't an age thing, man. It's your treads on your tires.
Yeah, we gonna talk about that too.
nah,
though.
all right,
we gonna
so-
talk about that too. I mean, but listen, I mean, you guys are definitely getting into a whole
Go ahead.
really deep conversation right now, but you definitely got to take a break with this because, yo, I love this right now. I mean, I can definitely see the energy, the chemistry at the same time, man. But, man, listen, we're going to take a short recess break, you know what I'm saying? Did at the Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge, featuring Checkerz Podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? We'll be back, baby. GG, we're back. Did at the Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge, featuring the podcast Checkerz.
Yeah.
I mean, where we left off that, man. We was talking about Mayweather's legacy and
Work was
You know what
making
I
mad
mean?
excuses, dancing around his
Excuses.
man Mayweather. That's what he was doing.
Yeah,
Shoulder rolling the facts, but go ahead. Let me hear why your man ain't fight Triple G.
Oh, that's the question now? Triple G?
I mean, you gonna hit me with every
Okay.
fandom
Okay, well, I mean,
footwork. I mean,
look, you know, when Triple G did call him out, Mayweather was already going out. That's a fact. He was already going out. Triple G said out of his own mouth, I hope y'all watching.
Yeah,
Triple G
yeah.
said out of his own mouth, I will fight anybody from 154 to 168. Now, Mayweather usually campaigns at 147,
right.
oh, now we doing this.
right? So,
Oh my god.
if you're gonna ask me about that, explain to me why Triple G didn't take the fight with Andre Ward when Andre Ward stepped into the plate and
I
said,
didn't ask you about Triple G. I asked you about Mayweather. You see what? Yo, Mayweather is so good at
He's already out of
They
there.
don't answer the question.
He's already
Y'all
out.
showed
That's
them all
the answer.
questions.
He's out of there.
Man.
He's out of there already.
Oh man.
He's out of here already.
Yo, work. You mad good in Call of Duty? You even better at deflecting fucking questions.
I don't
You should
know
be a
about that.
politician, man. Fuck Switch or Twitch, whatever it's called. You need to be a politician. Yo, get that work running for what's coming up? New York governor, some
Yeah,
mayor. Mayor work. There we go.
Mayor.
You know what? Speaking of the name though, how you got that name though, Mr. Get That Work? AKA Ty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No work.
Alright, so I decided to start a Twitch. So I'm like, let me think of a good name to start a Twitch. And I could have used Ty Stacks, and that's the name that probably most people know me by. I play a lot of Call of Duty. A lot of Call of Duty. Yeah. I mean, I'll be on there.
You know what I'm saying? I never played ever in my life.
Never?
Never in my life.
Because
Don't start. Don't start.
Nah,
Don't
it's
start.
worse than alcohol.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh my
Come
god.
home, your eyes are all red. Kids be like, "Where's dinner?" You be like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yo,
it's
you
not
You
know
don't do no parenting when you play Call of Duty.
Yeah, you get that hook? Really?
Yeah,
Nah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
rough.
Wow.
It's rough.
Yeah.
And it puts you in a bad mood because duty will disrespect you right in front of your face. You will shoot somebody in the chest plate and you will die. Like your bullets did not work. Nothing. So don't start. I'm telling you, don't start. Don't.
Man, I think I would.
It's a love-hate relationship with this game. It's a love-hate relationship. Don't start.
So what name are you under right now?
Well, on my Twitch, it's Mr. Get That Work.
Okay.
But I will play underneath Ty Stacks. So when you see Ty Stacks, Mr. Get That Work, that's the same person. That's me.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's
So
me.
when you get killed by a tie, know you getting that work. That's a simple way of explaining it.
Exactly.
Don't need any other definition. But now he's going back to dancing around the question. Why did Triple G not fight? Oh no, I had too much to drink.
There you go.
Why did Mayweather not fight Triple G?
Because he didn't need to. Out of his weight class. Out of his weight. Easy answer. Out of his weight class.
You know what? I give him that, but I mean,
Out of his weight class.
Mayweather had a chance to actually fight Keith Thurman,
Right.
but
Later
he
on.
chose Andre Berto,
Andre Berto.
a man that, you know what I mean, honestly, comparing to him to Keith Thurman, I
It's
didn't
not
understand
close.
him.
You're right.
So, but I think he did it because that was an easy 49-0 Mayweather.
That was easy. And I looked at it also as a charity. No disrespect to Berto. No disrespect to Berto. It was a charity fight.
I respect that.
It was a charity fight. I know you need that bread right now. You know what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I respect that.
That was a charity
Oh,
fight.
man,
That's
you
what it
rich
was.
right now. Go ahead. Thank me later, yo.
I respect that.
But
That's
no, that's
crazy.
definitely what it was. It was a charity fight.
And that was a boring fight, by the way.
It was.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, it was easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my thing isn't necessarily a problem with Mayweather, because if you would have asked me, 30-year-old Hawk, beat up on this guy to end your career, I'm doing it all day.
Right.
All day. But I'm not a fighter, and I'm not getting paid. I'm paying to watch this guy fight. And my problem with the Mayweather fans, not Mayweather. If I'm Mayweather, I'm doing the same thing, so I'm not knocking him.
Right.
I'm knocking the fans.
Because
You gonna pay $60 to watch him beat the shit out of
He repeatedly said, "I don't love the sport." He been asked that when he was still on HBO. He said he don't love the sport of boxing.
See, but I don't knock him for that.
Wow.
I knock the fans. I'm not supporting this shit, and I'm a Nick fan. Do I got my Nick hat on? No, I don't. Nah, I'm a fucking diehard Nick fan, man. I'm diehard, but you know what?
Yeah.
When we playing like shit, I ain't supporting Dolan. I'm not supporting this shit. I'm not watching no games. I'm not going to any fucking seats. I'm not going to the Garden. So you put a product that's worth my cash, I'm not going to see this shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know what
That's
Mayweather
fine.
did? he definitely he did it very intelligent though. Like I mean, he made himself look like a villain.
Yeah, he made himself
bad guy. People like you said right now. I think that's why people actually paid to see him fight because they want to see him lose so badly.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying, and that was very intelligent in his part. Of
he
doing
stole that though.
Oh, he stole that?
Yeah, he stole that.
He mastered that.
No, I don't want to hear that master shit.
You don't think he mastered that?
You a fucking Mayweather fan, man. I hate this shit. Yo,
he
got that from Ali. Ali got that from a wrestler. The wrestler told him.
Oh, like a character.
Yeah, wrestler told him, yo, whether they come to love you or support you, they coming in the door, they gonna still pay you. So from that point on, Ali never shut up.
That's true, though. You're right about that.
But then when you want to compare the two, Ali wanted to be great, man. Yeah. Ali got.
He fought the best.
Oh yeah.
And
he ain't ducked nobody. He ain't ducked nobody.
Yeah, not even debatable.
Yeah. See, at least we agree on that point though, because that was really the golden age. And the funny thing was, we're young, so we didn't get to grow up on Ali.
Oh nah,
right.
Yeah,
we didn't get to grow up on him. But I remember my favorite fighter was Roy Jones. So I remember going up to the old timers and going, yo, Roy Jones is untouchable.
Yo.
And they used to look at me like I was goofy, like, get the fuck out of here, Roy.
Yeah.
And Roy, to me, now, is very similar, and now I see it. He was very similar to Mayweather, where super talented. He probably could have beat anyone, anywhere. He probably could have played basketball, which he did at one time and went and fought. He could have beat anyone.
Yeah.
Heavyweight, lightweight, whatever.
In his prime, he was untouchable. Yeah.
Only one thing I disagree with. They wasn't alike because Roy, like to bring up the argument, talent.
Oh yeah.
Mayweather, skill.
Oh, 100%.
Skill.
You see, this is why they call him work, man. You just fucking counted me with a fucking face, of course. The old timers used to show me. Back in the days, my kids don't even know about this shit. When we were growing up, when someone told you about an old fighter, you ain't have no YouTube. You ain't have none of this shit.
So you couldn't really research it.
People tell you, yo, you don't know about Leonard and Duran. You don't know about the war between Hearns and Hagler. You don't know about Aguilera and Playa. Nah, man, I don't know about none of this shit. You gotta school me on it. And my whole family, for some reason, is into boxing. I don't know why, but we watched all the fights, and a lot of the fighters we watched coming up was Della, Sugar, Roy. Those were the top fighters at that time. Holyfield. So at your time, you think Tyson, Holyfield. These are the greats.
Of course.
Right.
But it's not till you go back with the old timers and see the VHSs and go, man, did I miss out on some shit?
Definitely.
You can't even experience it the same way.
We can't. Ain't that
crazy?
Experience
it the same way.
Ain't that crazy? We can't.
Yeah, because you weren't there. You weren't there.
Right, you're watching it now. You're not living through that.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray against Hearns.
Oh my God.
Epic.
You can only imagine, right?
Right.
You can only imagine. You know what I'm saying? But you actually feel the energy though. Like you definitely feel it. Like, oh shit.
That's kind of my problem with Mayweather though. Because when you look at these guys, they had the super fights. Not that Mayweather didn't fight talented fighters, but he didn't have someone that could really physically or skillfully match him. And that's not his fault. But then you got to push yourself to your own limit. You got to test your own self. That's where I hated Roy, because Roy should have taken the fight years later with Bernard Hopkins. He should have went across the water and beat the shit out of Joe Kawasaki. Not to offend any of our followers, because I said we got a huge following over the water, and these guys are delusional. Europeans or Brits or who cares? Joe Kawasaki fucking stood in one spot and was great in one place. You gotta push yourself, man. That's my problem with Mayweather. That's my only problem.
So, I mean, he just kind of like, stood comfortable where he was at, though. His comfort zone. Like, he knew already, this is where my comfort zone's at. Yeah. I'm not trying to, go to the next, weight division, because that could be a little bit risky. Where I'm not trying to, mess up my...
Do you feel work? Like he ever pushed himself to that limit?
To a certain degree. Like I said, to a certain degree. A lot of times he's smaller than a lot of these guys.
Yeah, he is.
And if you really compare the age compared to a lot of these other boxers to the age that what he did back then to what these guys are doing now, if you look at the exact same age, they're not doing the same thing. They not.
Right.
That's why I give him that. That's why I give him all the credit. Because at his age, how he did it, a lot of the guys, they're not doing that.
They not.
No, you're right about that. That's true.
Canelo right now put on the dancing shoes like Mayweather. He took the ass whipping and went, I'm going to do what this guy's doing.
But he's actually challenging. I mean, Canelo's going.
Nah, man, fuck out of here, man. He came out positive for steroids, man.
But Canelo is fighting people that we don't even know sometimes. That's my only issue. Sometimes when Canelo fights somebody, my only issue with Canelo, I like him. I think he's a great fighter.
Right.
Sometimes when he fights somebody, you're not checking for that fight.
So you knew who Boldemir was?
Yeah, because he
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Boldemir sucks.
Right,
oh wow!
I want to ask you guys this question though: who has a better resume though than Canelo?
Right now
in boxing, better resume.
Now, the only person that can compete would be Earl Spence.
I was gonna say Earl Spence.
Okay, his resume. I got you. Okay, with the Danny Garcia, Sean Porter.
Right now, I would say Earl Spence.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. I mean, one thing about Canelo though, he definitely has a very sharp resume.
Right.
His resume is very sharp. You know what I'm saying?
He has a good resume.
So that's what makes him, arguably the pound for pound, number one boxer right now.
Right.
And that's why he brings so much money, to boxing.
My problem, the only issue I have with Canelo, two issues. I don't like all of his opponents, but then also I can't stand the fact you got caught cheating. That's one thing about boxing. Boxing's dirty.
Allegedly he ate a Mexican meat.
Yo, nah, man, fuck out of here. I've taken steroids before for no chin checking. No, I've taken steroids just to get in shape I was in great shape at one point in my life and took steroids to become Arnold. And come to find out, yeah, it's not where you want to go. You don't want to fuck with steroids, but I'm not a fighter.
Yeah.
I'm a regular guy. I took it for arrogant, ego reasons. Come on, man! I'm punching you in the face. That's the wrong edge.
Who was the heavyweight boxer that actually had the opportunity to fight AJ?
Talking about Tyson Fury?
No, not Tyson.
Oh, Baby Miller.
There you go, Baby Miller. Yeah.
He got back for steroids?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
PEDs,
yeah. Twice?
Yeah.
Twice, bro. Like, I mean...
Brooklyn dude. You should
be banned for that
Brooklyn
now.
Dude.
Yo, I got bad memory, man. First of all, I can't pronounce no one's name. Good thing I know Jay for years. I would have fucking been able to pronounce his name. I can't remember shit. I'm not sure if it was over
He's not joking.
I can't.
He got the address wrong 3 times before we came here. You sure?
Yo, my memory.
You would have had me walking out.
Get out of here, word.
Yeah, my memory.
Sex and address. How you forgot?
Nah, yo, my shit is bad now. I'm not sure if it was the punches I took in the ring or the weed I smoked or how much I don't know, man. But yeah, my memory's fucked up. So I've forgotten more about boxing than I could ever know, man.
Yeah.
I'm a historian.
No, I mean, but you talking your talk though, man.
Nah, I follow it, man. I'm not as big as I once was, and the whole reason I got back into it was because of my brother, man. Because truthfully, I used to be diehard. I used to go to all the fights, whether it be in the garden.
Live, really?
What?
Yeah, man. I never went to a boxing fight.
What?
You got to.
Yeah, man.
The atmosphere.
Yeah, it's
only
crazy.
imagine.
The atmosphere is crazy.
Bananas, and then I'm wild as is. You see, I can't sit still. I'm a hyper guy, man. No one invites me to their house because furniture's getting broken, man. I'm hyped, man. Truthfully, had I had this mindset as a kid, I would have been Mayweather. Not Mayweather, Durant. I'd have been knocking motherfuckers out. But yeah, man, I love the sport, man. But
I hear you.
What happened was my cuz got jerked for the finals.
Okay.
He fought in the Golden Gloves, and prior to fighting in the gloves, he broke his nose in sparring, but he ended up getting in there with some kid, and the kid's family was involved behind the scenes with boxing. We didn't know this shit, but after the fight, when he got, he lost the fight, we found out later that the kid is heavily promoted, and they're grooming him to be bigger.
Oh, okay.
So it's crazy where you think about the sport of boxing. that it's so dirty, and we know that on the top level.
Yeah.
Once you go pro, it's dirty.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But now on the amateur level, they already grooming you for bullshit.
Definitely.
You can't say nothing.
After that point,
they don't care.
So it became the girl that cheated on me. Yeah, I love her. I was about to marry her, but she cheated on me. So yeah, I still check her Facebook, but fuck out of here. You a bird. So yeah. So I'm kind of adopting the MMA.
Oh my God.
Man.
You know what I mean? But yo, let's.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because when we used to have our conversations, you know, Hawk would be, I'll tell him about the fights coming up. I'm like, yo, you know, this is hot because of this, and they had a back, you know what I'm saying? They got a back and forth, and he's just like, all right. Yeah. All right. I'm like, no, but they had a back and forth, they had a beef, and this happened, look at the face off, and he's just like, all right.
So you know what, Hawk, I'm going to ask you a straight up question. What's your thought about the state of boxing today?
Man, if it wasn't for my bro Workman, I would just be a super casual fan. And it's because too many people took the blueprint of Mayweather. And maybe it's always been like this, and maybe I'm having some fantasizing, revisionist history when I was young and looking at the old fights, but I think people got too much involved in the money. Way too much business, way too much promoting. It's always been a promoter's game.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Dog King,
for sure.
Bob Arum, and
100%.
later on when we got a little older was De La Hoya. But promoters run this shit. And it's a dirty sport, man. It's super dirty. It's mob related, so I love it. And I wish it had a union or somewhere where they, almost like Dana White. I hate Dana White what he does in the UFC because he doesn't pay most of his fighters.
Oh my God!
But man, yo, Dana White runs that shit to a T.
You know what?
Dana White, yo, you number one, he's number two. Y'all getting in the ring.
What? Hold on. That's a clap right there. That's a clap. Honestly, man, that's real talk right there.
Nah, it is, man. Dana White run that shit like
you're right about that because he make those fights happen. But you're right about not, paying those fighters the right amount of money that they actually deserve. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, fucked up because you guys are putting their life on the line and on the octagon.
Nah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Which is it's a really brutal sport.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but you're right about that, making those fights happen though, and that's why UFC has been outdoing boxing with numbers.
Oh yeah.
And we could definitely talk about that a little bit more. You know what I mean? More in depth. You know what I mean? Because that's something that we could definitely elaborate more. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, so for going back to the whole question of the state of boxing though. So I mean, like you feel as if the promotion definitely got in the way. I mean, as you said though, it's always been like a promoter's game, right?
So I talked with, shout out to a follower, Rome Black. So
Rome, baby,
Rome Black. Boxing originally coming up with something that pulled you out of poverty. You know what I mean?
Of course, right.
And little by little, with more sports starting to emerge, where you're getting Kyler Murray getting paid almost $500 million. $500 million. You're not gonna put your kid into boxing no more. He's a big boy. Put him into football. So you're starting to get a little bit of a migration of most of the talent starting to get away from boxing. And with boxing, you have to start them young. You have to.
Absolutely.
You have to, because that second timing becomes part of your life where you throw a jab, I'm able to counter. As opposed to you wait later in life, you're a second slower than that guy who started when he was 10, 11, 12. You wait too late, even though you're physically anomaly, you're not going to make it in boxing. And it shows a lot of the time.
So I got a question though, okay, to both of you guys, right? Who is a more dangerous boxer? Someone who came out of poverty, out of nothing, and all they know how to do is fight. Or someone who comes from a boxing background, but was actually well off though, who actually had their needs met. You know what I'm saying? They ain't
great fucking question.
That's
man.
a good
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a great question.
Who's more dangerous?
I'm gonna go with the guy who came from poverty. History shows that. History shows that. I think that's. It's a great question, but I think it's easy because history shows that. Because you look at Checkerz Jr.
Yes, get him.
Stop it.
Get him.
Stop it. Just sit him on the bench, please, because he's terrible. He's terrible.
Terrible.
He disrespects that name.
Yeah.
He disrespects that name. Straight up. You look at Joe Frazier's son or Julian Jackson's son. They just can't. They can't get it. They can't get it. When you come from poverty, it's different. You brought up tough. You fighting for just a little bit more.
Right.
You fighting for just a little bit more.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you grow up in a boxing family, that's good. It's good experience. So you're gonna have that natural talent.
Gotcha.
But when you come from poverty, it's different because you got a little more in you. You got that, and it's hard to even put in words. You just know what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying. You just got a little more.
100%.
You just got a little more than that average person. You just do.
100%.
You just do. It's different.
Right.
The son never. I'm not gonna say never, but majority of the time, the son is not always as good as the father.
No, if he came up good.
Right.
Floyd didn't come up good.
Right. Yeah.
He
was
his father was a pro already.
Yeah.
He wasn't a world champion or rich.
Right.
He wasn't rich. Yeah.
His uncle, I believe, was world champion.
Roger.
And I think he lost Sugar Ray.
But Floyd himself, I don't think was ever world champion.
And his mom was on crack, and I'm saying,
he had a rough upbringing, man. So respect
Yeah.
to Floyd. I don't ever want to seem like I'm dissing him, but
yeah.
what you were saying, John?
I mean, that's the thing, because honestly, that's like the question you got to really think about, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, being from poverty where that's all you know how to do is fight, opposed to growing up in a boxing family. But you're well off though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
you got everything. Your needs met. You know what I'm saying? You got more than you need actually. And I've always pondered that. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's a more dangerous fighter when it comes to that?
So one experience I had very early in going to the gym, I think I was about 17, 18. I remember being in there with one trainer. He said, I'm going to throw you in there with someone to spar. I'm like, bro, I've been here for like 2 weeks. What do you mean? Nah, you're going to fight. And he went, nah, I need to see if you're a fighter. I could train you to box. I want to know if you can fight.
Right.
If you have that fucking dog in you, you're going to fucking go in there and give it your all. And usually that comes from people from trying to be uplifted, man. When you ain't got nothing, you know how to go in there and pull something out of yourself.
Right.
See, the term a fighter isn't just related to fighting, man. When you talk about our people, you got to come from the bottom, man. You know what it is to get up off the floor. For someone to tell you, no, nah, you ain't getting this. Nah. That's what it is to be a fighter. That's what it is to be a dog, man. That's why I learned how to win. It's not that I know how to fight. I'm not even a champion. But I know how to win, man. I'm going to take a punch to the face. I'm going to get off that ground. That's what they want to see. And chances are, if you grew up privileged, if you grew up right, man, your dad got you, man.
Yeah.
You gonna get knocked out and dad got you.
You're not built the same
Nah, it ain't no one got me. I got me, man.
Right.
I'm gonna take that punch to the face and I'm gonna come at your chest, man. And that's what it is. You could teach someone how to box. You can't teach someone how to be a fighter. That's why I love boxing,
deep,
man.
You could teach someone how to box.
Word
you can't
up,
teach
man.
someone how to be a fighter. You know what?
Yeah.
That's a goddamn clap right there.
Yeah, I went off a little bit, man. Y'all took me back to childhood, man.
That's a bad guy clap right there. Now listen to the Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge. Great conversation, guys. We're gonna take a short recess break, as as we always do here. You know what I mean? The Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge. So we'll be back, baby.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Stay tuned.
Yeah.
G, we're back to the Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge. What a featured guest, Checkerz podcast. You know what I'm saying? Well, we left off out of the way, man. Great topic though, man. Great conversation, great dialogue.
Yes.
Talking about the whole thing about poverty and how that definitely plays a major role. It's just being a fighter in general. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just going day by day, just trying to survive every day.
Yeah.
So let's actually elaborate more on that, man. The effects about poverty though. Will you agree it could, either make you or break you when it comes to that? You know what I'm saying?
It makes you. It makes you because, a lot of these kids, when they go into a boxing gym, they always got a story behind them. Always got a story behind them. They got some issues at home. They got some health issues, some life issues. And every time they go to the gym helps them. The gym, you hear these stories all the time. The gym saves their lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
It keeps them from doing whatever, selling drugs, gangs.
It does. It
And,
does. Yeah,
they go in there and they fight. They fight for their life. Literally every time they go in there.
That's true.
And my hat's off to them.
Some of the
hat's
greatest
off
came
to
from third world countries and some of the poorest neighborhoods. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Where you go from Pacquiao, Roberto Duran.
Oh,
Maybe I should have
God.
flipped it, Roberto Duran to Pacquiao. But yeah, man, you look at all types of things. We were talking about Mayweather. Mayweather's dad, actually, if I'm not mistaken, never became world champion, and his uncle probably did come to become world champion. But I'm not sure of the economical
As far as like how much money they were making.
Right. They grew up. Yeah, they grew up tough. And like you said, like we said, it makes you. It's rough. It's hard. It's a rough road, but it makes you.
Definitely.
It gives you that little more. It gives you a little more that in the tank that others don't have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got guys who come in there later on in the game. Like, you got Wilder. You know what I'm saying? You got Wilder's a good fighter, but he came in there late.
He
like
did.
20.
Yeah.
He came in there
20? Damn.
Yeah, he came in there
You're
late.
still a dog, though. I think that, with the heavyweights is a little bit of a... Would you agree, though? With the heavyweights is a little bit of a different beast because you could be technically sound. One punch changes all of it.
Yeah.
One thing about boxing is just one punch could definitely change everything.
See,
Right.
I would disagree, though. The lower weights, that makes sense. Because how many times you saw a Mayweather get clipped? Or a Great get clipped? You normally don't got a puncher's chance in boxing when you're against a technician. MMA,
Yeah.
there's a total. You got a puncher's chance, a kicker's chance, some.
Oh, there's
Listen,
multiple
Shane,
chances.
yeah.
Yeah, multiple chances. You're right about that.
That's totally different. But
Right.
for someone who's really watched, I can look at a guy for 2 seconds and go, this guy can fight. He can move right. That don't mean he got the dog in him. We were talking about the fight with Berenga, the Spanish kid.
Right.
Edgar?
Yeah, man, he's taking everyone out.
Monster.
He actually won full distance though with the last fight he
The
did.
last fight.
The
Yep.
funny thing is, if you look at my Twitter, I thought that guy was going to beat him.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, I did.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I didn't.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Yo, the moment I saw the kid move and slip the punches, I went, this kid got the tools to beat him.
And then he tasted that power.
You taste the power of that.
It
Yeah,
was
you
a
find
whole
out he
nother-
ain't
yeah.
got that dog in him.
Yeah,
He ain't got that dog in him.
Right. But I think with him though, like I still he hasn't really been tested yet.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can't really call it yet. But I mean, I think that was a blessing for him to actually go 12 rounds because it gives him more discipline. Opposed to just knocking guys out the first round.
Right. Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, like, you need those rounds, bro. You need those rounds. You need to actually go to those distance because, you need to build your conditioning. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, when you just a knockout artist and all you just do knock out, boxes the first round, you really don't build that conditioning. And when you're actually on the ring with someone who actually at that elite level,
Right.
it could get very dangerous for you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you bringing that up, that reminds me of the last fight Ryan Garcia had with Luke Campbell. Blessing in disguise. He needed that knockdown.
He needed it.
He needed to have that knockdown.
Right.
Talking about when he got dropped, right?
Right. He needed that because it's like with a girl. Say
That's
a
my
girl
language,
breaks your
man.
heart
That's
early.
my language. Nah.
A girl breaks your heart early. Is always a positive. That's a good thing because later on in life, if a girl breaks your heart and you never had that happen, you can't handle it the same way. You just can't. You deal with it way differently.
Quick metaphor. Y'all remember Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
And
I don't.
I forgot. Oh man, how do you not remember Game of Thrones?
Yo, I never read
man? I ain't
watch
read
the
the
episode.
book.
No,
No.
The show.
listen, I was so out of touch, bro. Like, listen, I don't play Call of Duty. I don't watch Game of Thrones and all that stuff, bro.
Yeah, nah, man.
Go ahead.
Game of Thrones, Call of Duty. You talking about? Yeah, that's as good as the shit in the cup, man. We drinking some good shit, man. Man.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. I was talking about the episode where I forgot. Of course, I forget the names. I'm bad when
it's fine. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. The young king jumps out the window because the queen. Oh, spoiler alert for whoever haven't watched Game of Thrones.
Nah, it's good. You good.
But the young prince kills himself. He jumps out the window because the daughter got killed by Cersei. It was the young Lannister after Joffrey died.
Okay.
He didn't know how to deal with his wife dying. He killed himself.
Right.
And it's almost to what you said. You don't know how to handle
You can't handle it.
adversity.
Right.
That's also one thing I gotta fucking take with the state of boxing. Everyone looks at it as like, I take this L, my career is over.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, guys like Arturo Gatti got multiple losses. Sugar Ray Leonard probably on top of everyone's top 5 list. Multiple losses. Ali, multiple losses. Considered by everyone of the GOAT who stood around way too long.
Right.
You can't worry about wins and losses, man. That shit is for everyone else to bullshit and discuss, man. If you're not willing to take an L, you're not willing to get in that ring. You're not willing to take defeat, man.
So let me ask you this, though. You think that Mayweather effect damaged a lot of these boxers where they're just trying to look for that big payday and not taking those fights because they want to make sure they keep that O? They don't want to lose that O?
I wouldn't say damaged, but it definitely affected where they... Not damaged. Damage is the wrong word, but it affected the way they think. And everyone's hiding behind records. They're scared to take an L.
Yeah.
You know what? I look at it more so with social media.
Okay, word.
Now that social media is in play, here today, gone tomorrow. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Okay, word.
So, you take a loss, everybody on social media is dogging you. Dogging you. It's a different thing now. It's not the same game back.
So you think they scared to take an L?
Absolutely.
Oh,
but I mean, as you say that though, it's just so
okay.
But it's so crazy though, because as you say that though, it is so different in the UFC, where you got these MMA fighters who got more than multiple losses. You know what I'm saying? But still, people are still like intrigued to watch them fight because they're very exciting to watch the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Thinking about the last fight with Mazadov and Usman, right?
Yes, sir.
And Mazadov, he got like 12 losses in his record, but he's so exciting to watch though because you see that he's still an excellent fighter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, again though, you know, for me for boxing though, you're gonna take an L regardless. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it could just either make you or break you, but you should not allow it to make it feel as if, you know, you're not really worth your worth no more. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I mean, that's the problem with boxing. And I think that's the Mayweather effect. It's just trying to keep that O.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, this is my personal, take on it. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong or not. You know what I'm saying? But
well, I mean, that really did. A lot of that did start with Mayweather. But the guys now are scared to lose because, like I said, social media makes that even worse.
Oh yeah,
social media makes that way worse. Now you got fans that can interact with you, and not even just fans, haters.
Oh yeah,
everybody can interact with you. So now these guys got to turn off their comments because people are coming at them in the chat. It's a different thing now. It's not the same like it was back then.
That you say that
you know what I'm
saying? Because
you say something.
A lot of them do that though.
Mayweather was like that. Didn't Mayweather have his shit off?
Yeah, he had his shit off for years. He didn't turn it on because he already knew he was going to hear it.
I respect that though. I mean, honestly, some people don't need to hear your opinion.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's a different game now. But, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to these fighters taking losses and being scared to take a loss, they don't feel like they're going to get the money, you know. They don't feel like they're going to get that money the same way, you know, if they was undefeated.
I see what you're saying. But I think...
they don't want to become a journeyman.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they look at it. Like, I take a loss, I'm going to become a journeyman.
Yeah. But I mean...
Can I say something on that part real quick, though? It's nothing wrong with being a journeyman. It's nothing wrong. Yo, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
Because I've actually trained with a lot of people that their names suck. You will never fucking recognize them whenever you walk in the room. It's nothing wrong with being a journeyman, a club fighter, the Rocky Balboa, the real life Rocky, not the fucking Hollywood Sylvester Stallone. You're gonna get a cat. No, I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about the genuine guy that only got paid $400 to come to that fight. There's nothing wrong with being that guy. It's nothing wrong with being the fucking guy who just got in the ring just to build up your record, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing wrong with just going in there. You know your role. You go in there and you give it your fucking max. Certain people are just not talented enough to be Sugar Ray Leonard or Mayweather.
And that's true.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro.
And that's true, but who wants to feel like a footnote in history?
Nah, but it's not about being a footnote, bro.
It is.
Nah, you learn from your mistakes. Maybe your journey isn't to be champion.
That's a rough journey.
It is. It's whack. It's whack.
That's a rough journey.
Yeah, it's whack.
I'm here to build you up.
Yeah. It's a rough journey to fucking spill your drink on yourself, but I did it. I did it. I spilled my whole fucking cup on myself, but that's life, bro.
That's life. You know
like that, yo. Take it and keep it moving, man.
Yeah, but I love how you actually
I'm mad I gotta sit in this shit for a whole episode. I didn't do it,
it happens though. It happens.
Nah, man, it's whack. Life punches you in your fucking face, and sometimes your journey is to be the fucking dumbbell that got punched in the face, and you gotta take it, man.
Absolutely.
Wrong with that.
But you know what? It goes back to poverty though, because we took so many L's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We took so many L's. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like to me, it's how you deal with those L's.
Oh man, there we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Some shit right
so
now.
That's what really makes you know what I mean? And again, I mean, you guys made a valid point though, because I mean, the reason why I posed that question, because you really wanna, you think about it, right? Like, I mean, okay, someone who's been, brought up in the background of boxing and been trained all their life, but yet, you know what I'm saying, the upbringing is a bit more different than someone who just came from the bottom. And that's all they know innately, you know what I'm saying, since birth.
Right.
As far as like, yo, I'm just a fighter. Because every day I'm trying to trying to survive, really, right?
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that right there, to me, is like, it's always something that's going to be subconsciously embedded in you, opposed to someone who, I want to say spoon-fed, but didn't really experience that. And I think experience is everything. You know what I'm saying? Where, when you actually go through that actual struggle, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a whole different atmosphere. It's a whole different world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're right about that. And you know what? You guys are, you know what I mean? I definitely agree with that. I think, poverty definitely, it's just a whole different world. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different world, man. And I think Roberto Duran said that. He actually mentioned that. He said that one time in an interview. He's like, yo, no real boxer could ever really be successful if he didn't come out of poverty. Because poverty makes you who you are when it comes to fighting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was very true. That was very true.
It's very true. It's very true with everything. Life.
Yeah.
Just in general. Life in general.
Yeah.
And even and I know it's a little off topic, even our foods that we eat, some of the foods that we eat, rice. That was a peasant food.
Oh, yeah. 1,000%.
But we grew up on that.
Yeah.
We grew up on that. And you know what I'm saying? We grew up and we learned how to make it great.
Oh, absolutely.
We learned how to make it great.
Absolutely.
Nobody can make it like us.
Yeah.
Nobody can make it like
You
us.
found the way, right?
We found the ways to make peasant food great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to grow up in that climate, that environment to do that. You can't do that when you spoon fed.
Yeah.
You really can't.
Yeah. That's true though. That's very true, man. You know what I mean?
Pressure make diamonds, man. Unless you got fucking pressure on your back, you don't know how to be great, man.
That's true.
It's almost weird because I don't want to say that I spoil my kids, but I know a lot of parents deal with the same dilemma where you came from poverty and you're trying to provide your children with a different atmosphere.
Yeah.
But in a way where
you feel like you're hurting them at the same time.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you're doing more harm than good at times, right? Because you may not realize it, but you know what I mean, you actually, you know what I mean, at that very, you know, present moment, you actually are doing, you know, some type of harm because, you know, I think every parent's job is to save your children from your personal experience, I think. You know what I'm saying? Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean,
no, I agree with you.
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? But it's how you approach it, though. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to make it too easy where, you know what I mean, they take it for granted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, just like, Hulk right now. Like, I'll definitely admit to that. Sometimes I made that mistake too. You know what I'm saying? Where I made it a little bit too easy where they don't see it the way I see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I was able to actually, you know, catch myself doing that. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm very, you know, thankful for because, you know, like, you know, end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, this system is designed, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's designed, period. I mean, when it comes to, like, you know what I mean, people that come from a different color, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? This is a whole different world for us. And, you know, I think it's my duty, my responsibility to really teach my daughters, you know what I'm saying? Like, to really understand that, you know, it's you know, we've been set up. You know what I mean? We've been set up.
Right.
And we got to really understand how this, you know, how it works. And, you know, again, though, I just say to myself that we have to really inform ourselves more and be more united, man. I think it's just like the way, you know, it's just so crazy.
United is a good word, though, because where we come from, we're all starting from zero.
Yeah.
But
100%.
starting from zero is the wrong word, right? Because we're not really starting from zero. When you're average, you're starting from zero. We're starting from negative. So we got to catch up to the people that are average.
Yeah.
That had just a little more of a economic upbringing.
But to expand on that, unity, we need to stick together, not hurt each other.
See, I wish
We
I
hurt
could
each
agree
other.
with that.
We're more divided than united, though. That's very true, though. I mean, it's just a harsh reality, bro. Like, I mean, and then I don't like to say it that way, but it's just like the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? We are more divided than united.
Right.
What were you trying to get to with that point?
I'm just saying, you know, well, we need to always stick together. And I know sometimes, you know, we don't do that a lot. We don't do that a lot. We don't do that if we don't see a profit in something right away. You know.
Speak that shit, work, man. For real, man. People need to fucking hear that shit.
No,
man.
it's sad. It hurts. It hurts because
gratification comes in the moment.
Right.
Don't.
No, we need to stick together. We need to stick it out. We need to, you know, be more united. And, you know, in the long run, that helps. You know what I'm saying? You may not see something right away, but remember, you're not just living your life for yourself. You're living it for your kids and your kids' kids.
Absolutely, 100%.
And people sometimes forget that. And that gets away from them. But you always got to keep that in mind. It's not just for you, it's for your kids and your kids' kids.
Absolutely. That's true, though. You know what? That's a goddamn clap right there.
Yeah, man.
It's a goddamn clap. You know, I want to piggyback off that because, I mean, honestly, I mean, me as an educator, I refuse to teach my students to be competitive. And what I mean by competitive is that I don't do competitions. I'm more about, you know, working, you know, cooperative, you know, with each other.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's how we progress as human beings, is by working with each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't get far about competing. Think about freaking Apple and Samsung uniting together about creating the ultimate super smartphone. Wow. Imagine.
Look at you geeking out.
You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine that? You know what I'm saying? Wow. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just said, I can't understand that, man. Where, you know, we live in this false idea of that we have to compete with each other rather than work collaboratively with each other. You know what I'm saying? That we could actually progress a lot more when we work, you know what I mean, together and not against each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, man, I mean, you know, it's just messed up, though, because, you know, you being, you know what I mean, born into something is not your fault. But as you grow, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, you should start realizing, like, yo, hold up, something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Something is wrong right now.
The whole
like
system, yeah.
It doesn't make kind of, you know, it doesn't, to me at least, it doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's my take on that, man. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm ranting right now, but but that's how I feel, though, bro. That's how I feel.
Real ones understand.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. You know what I mean? But I mean, let's get. I don't know, man. Let's go back to the whole boxing, because I mean, it's so, you know what I mean, you know, coincides with everything we're talking about right now. Because again, the boxing definitely, you know, we talking about fighters, you know, the greatest, the people that are actually on your, you know what I mean, your top 10 list, all those fighters that actually came from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? They actually came from the, you know, that upbringing that, you know what I mean, just, you know, struggling day by day and, you know, not knowing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy when you think about that, man. But let's go. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, though, man. But I mean, you guys are up to, you know, listing your top 10 fighters?
Top 10.
That's
hard, man.
That's a lot.
You want to do top 5? You get 5, I get 5?
Okay, yes. It's top 5. You do 5.
You go ahead, cool. Because we had this before.
You guys
wait. Should we do 5 going down? Because you got your fucking phone out, motherfucker.
Oh, he's ready.
Yeah.
You got his notes.
I'm
bastard.
I'm prepared over here.
All right. I'm not prepared. I spilled my drink on me and everything. I'm mad. Yeah. So, yeah.
Now, hold on. Now, before we get to this, remember we always got to put in content. What are we judging?
All right, so why don't you set the groundwork?
Do the work. Certain criteria?
Yeah,
right.
He's doing it. Go ahead, lay it down.
All right,
I want to know.
No, you lay it down.
Is it greatness? Is it skill?
Go ahead, go lay it down. We're going to do a number system. Go ahead. You saying greatness is number 1. Greatness got to be number 1.
So you know what? Okay.
Because greatness
you
number
put
1
in a lot of ways. You could put
technical
money
number 2.
made. You could put greatness. You could
now
put
we're not
skill.
talking about money because everyone in this room didn't benefit from money. Fuck you, fuck me, fuck John. We didn't make money. Fuck money. Fuck you guys. Unless they want, you got a Patreon. Hit up the Patreon and pay us. Unless it's for the Patreon and for the bread, fuck them. My pants are wet. Let's go with the money. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go with greatness, technical skills.
Okay.
Do you want to put knockout ability in there, John? What are you thinking?
I wouldn't. I don't know. I mean,
let's knockouts rank of what 1 to 5. Where you going with it?
Now I broke this down a while ago.
Let me hear.
Oh yeah,
yes, I broke this down way back. I right now.
This is why works the man. This is why he edits everything, yo. I fucking let him do everything. Let's go, bro.
I can't remember everything off Rick, but I think I broke it down with resume.
Okay.
You know, now with resume is who you fought and when you fought them.
When is
okay? Prime wise, right? Prime,
right.
It is
right.
Okay, got you. Okay,
right. Knockout ratio, trials and tribulation. Because
that's a great one. That's a great one.
Wait. Is knockout or trials different?
No, different.
I mean, it's different because honestly, that's why I think Tyson lost that fight against Douglas. What he was going through at that present moment. Not because of his skill
right.
skill set.
Oh, no.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So, this is where bad memory kicks in.
Here you go.
What
Here
the fuck are you saying?
Hold on. Before we do this, though, let's just make sure we can take a quick recess break because I want to make sure we have enough time to really You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
our top 5,
Time
though,
out,
man.
time out.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll take a quick time out. Dinner at the Hotel Podcast, your source to knowledge, featuring the podcast, Checkerz. You know what I'm saying? We back, baby.
Yo, Jay, you got
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Checkerz Podcast. You know what I'm saying? We're back, baby.
Yes, we are.
The last segment was what? The top 5?
Top 5, yeah. We're not doing top 10. That's too much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going with top 10. You said you had my top 5 recorded.
Yeah. I got
So
it.
hold on. Before you even say my shit, because
Go ahead. Let's see if you're consistent.
Yeah. I can't remember what drink John poured me, so
Well,
we can...
before you start, let me help you.
No, don't tell me mine.
No.
All right, again.
Let me tell you what member we based it on.
Okay.
I made up something to help it. So timeliness is who you fought and when you fought them.
All right, so the prime of someone.
Tell you to pass down right now.
Yeah, the breakdown.
Okay,
KO
go.
ratio,
Yeah. Okay.
trials and tribulations,
Okay.
resume, which consists of wins and loss, and performance. Whether
Okay.
you won or lost, just your performance in general. So timeliness, KO ratio, trials and tribulations,
Dope.
resume, performance.
So that's it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So
Those are your factors.
off the top, I'm always going with the fucking GOAT.
Okay.
Who's the GOAT?
Come on, man. I don't even gotta fucking say this shit.
Muhammad Ali?
Muhammad Ali,
Okay.
Cassius Clay, the fucking the whole time period, everything he had to go through, taking the if you look at his prime, taking time off and coming back and fighting Joe Frazier, everything, man. He looked like a video game before and after, so we gonna go Muhammad Ali number 1. Number 2, I would put Roy here, but we're gonna go with the original Roy, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Okay.
Now, when you look at this film, he almost looks like Roy. Got paid incredible at that time period, but we're gonna go with Sugar Ray Robinson. Number 3, we're gonna go with. The only reason I don't put Hearns 3 is because he actually got beat by this guy. We're gonna go Sugar Ray Leonard number 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So my memory's fucked. So I want to go with.
Stated, yes.
I'm gonna go with Roy Jones number 4.
Okay.
And Roy Jones was the most gifted fighter I've ever seen in my life.
I agree.
Probably true.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Not technically, but we're gonna go the most gifted
Yeah.
guy.
Talented. Got
Yeah.
it.
I
So
agree.
it's almost the Michael Jordan conversation, but Michael Jordan was also the most gifted, technically everything. So we're gonna go Roy.
Number 4.
What's that 4?
What's number 5?
Number 5.
What's your last one?
Oof. I don't fucking like Floyd, so I'm not putting him in there. Fuck Floyd.
Whoa.
Talk that talk, baby.
It's whack because I want to put him in there, but truthfully, legacy-wise, I can't. I don't know what the fuck I gave you 5 months ago, whatever, but I want to put him in there, but I'm going to think of a bunch of fighters that I want to put above him.
Go ahead.
Roberto Duran, I want to put Joe Louis, I want to put Jack Johnson.
Oh, Jack Johnson.
Yo, his career is fucking sick.
Oh my gosh. So
You know, a lot of
unnoticed.
young people don't
So
know.
unnoticed.
Yeah, they
Okay.
don't know about how sick Jack Johnson was.
Oh, my
Jack
God.
Johnson is one of the first black. I think he might be the first black heavyweight ever.
Yes, he was. He was.
First?
Yes,
All
he
right,
was.
I don't want to put him in there, so
Oh.
we're gonna put the brakes on him.
Oh man.
I want to go. I want to go.
Got
with
everybody
the
hyped. All right, so number 5. Give it to us.
It's gonna be a little bit of a blind side.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with George Foreman.
Ooh.
Okay.
Winning the heavyweight title at, I think it was 100. I think it was 100. I'm not, yo, you can Google me. You can Google me. But I think it was 100 at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was 100. But he reclaimed the heavyweight title at 100.
Wow.
He reclaimed the heavyweight title at 100.
God, yeah.
Then they go off and make 1,000 grills after that.
Okay.
So I'm going with George Foreman.
You guys are
At
crazy
5.
right now.
5.
Number 5. But yo, word, you was talking mad shit about your man Mayweather.
Yeah.
So now we gotta go into the top 5.
Okay.
So let me hear the top. Hold on. You
He had it ready right now. He had it ready.
Prepare.
Yo, John, before we even start,
Yeah,
I don't remember my top 5 because obviously I can't remember
All right,
shit.
so let's go back to what you put right now.
So you want to go 5 months back to my top 5?
Yeah, why not? Right now.
All right. Jay, we going back 5 months.
So you had Ali, which you said.
I said Ali?
Yes, you did.
I said
Ray
Ali.
Robinson,
Okay. I said
Ray Leonard. Number 4, you had Hearns.
Ooh, yeah, Mitch Hearns.
You had Hearns at number 4.
Wow.
that's a good pick though.
That's a great pick.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
great pick. And number 5, you did have Foreman.
Okay.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Did I didn't mention Roy?
Roy for you was number 7.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Who is
man.
number 6?
Floyd.
Oh shit.
Sounds about right. That sounds right.
Yo, you know God, you know what's dope about our show? This motherfucker's a magician at editing. So, John. Oh shit, I'm going live.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Alright, it don't matter. Who gives a fuck? Can I edit that? Nah, I can't. Alright, so what? Who cares? I died.
So
Alright,
my top 5, and again,
hold on. Wait, you going? Do you have your top 5?
I have my
written?
top 5, and I'm gonna keep the same one. And remember, I told you this was my top 5 because I put it in an order where who I think would win in a fight over the other person, no matter what.
Oh,
Versus who I love and like. So just to put it out there right now, my favorite fighter is Ray Leonard. Favorite. But my top 5 is Mayweather. First.
Oh, wow. You put the head down like,
Hold on, that's fine. Put it down.
Let me hear this. I don't even want to show my eyes. I don't want to show my eyes. Let me hear this list.
You gonna hear it?
I'm gonna hear it.
Let's go.
Mayweather,
Yeah,
number 1. Ray Leonard, number 2. Ward, number 3. Ali,
Ward?
Yes. Ali, number 4. And this name is definitely not popular.
Oh, he is.
Edwin Valero.
Come on.
Now again,
Now,
I know I'm going to be criticized, but we didn't talk about how we was rating this when we first did it. I put it in the order who I think would beat the other person in the same weight class, no matter what. I put it in a pound for pound type of list, and that's how we said it at first.
Right.
Pound for pound type of list 5 months ago. So I kept it like that. I didn't change it because I wanted to be transparent. So pound for pound, that's how I had it. Even though I love Leonard, I still think Mayweather would beat him. Still think in their prime, I still think Mayweather would beat him.
Hardcore Mayweather right now. Hardcore. Right
yo,
now.
bro,
Like,
he's
he's not giving up though. Like he's not giving up.
Hold on, Jay. Let me
He's not
hear your
giving
list.
up.
Jay, let me hear your list.
Well, my list though, honestly, my top 5 would be Sugar Ray Robinson.
Okay.
Number 1. Okay.
Roberto Duran.
Ooh.
Definitely. Roy Jones Jr. Definitely. Absolutely. I mean, to me, I think no boxer has been at their prime as Roy did.
I would agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I would agree.
You know,
close as Tyson. But
I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
I
close
was
to
gonna
Tyson.
say that's close to Tyson, but
Roy, he's like so spectacular. Like, yo, he's
unbelievable.
Gifted
oh my
talent. He was
God,
born with
bro.
it.
Like, I just
Born with
can't.
Unbelievable.
But I mean, speaking about Tyson, he's my top 5 too, though.
Yeah.
He's top 5.
Yeah. To me, yeah. Tyson,
Now-
yes.
You up to
Now-
3? I wanted to give you go back.
So, Sugar Ray Robinson.
No, Sugar Ray Robinson, Duran.
and Roy Jones Jr. and then Tyson.
Mm.
And then number 5. Ooh, my God, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Well, again, it's not a tough one because you gotta put Ali in it. You gotta put Muhammad Ali in it.
Now let me cut you for a little bit, just a little bit.
Fuck that! Throw some punches, man. We drinking. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
We both had Tyson in our top 5. You didn't even have him in your top 10.
Ooh.
How do you not have Tyson in your top 10?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold
man.
on.
Now you came at me for Mayweather.
Hold on.
You came at me for
Hold on.
you came at me for Mayweather.
We live?
Yeah, he came at me for
Tyson,
Mayweather.
you hear this shit?
But
Hold
you
on,
don't
we
even
live?
have Tyson in
We
your
live?
top 10.
We live, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
live, we live,
Tyson
baby.
is a myth.
Oh, what do you mean with that? It's a myth.
What?
Let's go back with it. Tyson being Tyson now, the mentally sane, not even mentally sane, the mentally grown guy he is now would have definitely been top 5. If not top 3,
He's not top
1.
He's not top 10. He's
No.
not top 10.
No.
When he's winning the
No.
championship at
No.
18 years
No.
old.
No. Why? Because he came up after. Why? Because he came up after Holmes is already finished.
Stop.
Okay,
Holmes is already finished.
Okay, but still.
Holmes came off, I think, a 2-year layoff. And then on top of that, and I sympathize with him because I grew up with a fucking family cursed with family history where we could go down that road. Tyson's upbringing was rough, man.
Okay.
Tyson's biggest thing was he had a captain controlling the ship. The moment his captain left, that ship fucking exploded. And you know how many young guys followed his blueprint and exploded? Adrian Broner. I could go down a list of mad fucking champions that went
Let me
down that
stop you.
same road.
Let me stop
Let
you
me
real
hear you,
quick.
bro. Let's go,
Let
bro.
me stop you
Let's
real
go.
quick.
Count to that, baby. Count to
Let me
that.
stop you
Let's
real
go,
quick.
bro.
One question. Do you think Tyson is great?
He's a great puncher. He's not a great fighter.
You don't think he's a great fighter?
He's not a great fighter.
Oh, damn.
How many great
I don't know.
Let's go. I don't know. Hold on, no, look at your phone. Don't Google it. Don't fucking Google. How many great fighters? And I love Tyson for who he is now. Now.
But stop.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Mentally, yo, well, he's that though.
He's
Definitely.
untouchable.
Definitely.
He's untouchable. I love this guy
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And I loved him back then, but I knew he wasn't a great fighter.
You didn't think he was a great fighter back then?
Because if you took him to deep waters, yo, Muhammad Ali had fucking mafia threatening him. Cops threatening him.
Wow.
You know what it is to be great? Everyone in the world telling you ain't shit, but you're going to be great. Tyson had everyone telling him you're going to be great, but he felt like shit. The guy he is now don't give a fuck about your opinion. That's the guy who would have been heavyweight champ and dethroned Buster Douglas. What happened was Buster Douglas looked him in the face and was like, I ain't going nowhere. And what happened? He bitched out. He fought Holyfield and got headbutted 1,000 times and he bitched out. What happens?
If Tyson never makes, and I'm sorry to cut you.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's go. No, it's just who we in for. Let's go. Let's go.
Let me ask you this.
Let me hear you.
If Tyson doesn't come back and have any exhibition fights, do you still call him great? Yes or no?
Nah, I didn't call him great now.
Oh, wow.
I didn't call him great now.
That's harsh, bro.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
harsh. That's harsh.
Okay.
That's harsh.
Did he knock out Roy?
Okay. He didn't want to. And we both know that.
Yeah.
I think we all know that. He didn't want to.
See, but now you're putting pressure on me.
But
Because
I'm just
I
asking
love it.
whether or not he came
now
back.
you making the bitch come out of me because I want to defend Roy. I want to defend Roy.
I'm just asking you
Roy's my man.
whether he came back or not. Would you call Tyson a great fighter? I think you would. I think you would.
No. He's
You
a great
would not
puncher. He's
call
a
him
great puncher.
fighter?
He's a great puncher.
Oh man.
Hold on, Jay. Where are you standing? You
I mean,
the
man.
fuck you typing buttons for? What the fuck you googling? Let's go. Is he a great puncher or not?
Of course he is, bro. Like he's
a
known
great
to be a knockout artist, though.
He's a great fighter.
Yes, he is.
Absolutely.
Well,
Easy.
I think
definitely
that's
easy.
What I would say though, I mean, I definitely get what you're saying though. No, listen, Gus definitely had a major impact in Tyson's life. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, this guy took him out of Brownsville to upstate New York, a whole different environment.
Skills, yep.
You know what I'm
His
saying?
story is great.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you know, Tyson always acknowledged that though. He always, I mean, you know what I mean? He never disregard that. But I could only imagine if Gus was still alive, how successful Tyson would have been.
So now my question is, because we're gonna go off. It's weird because it relates to boxing, but it doesn't. Where do you go where a male mentor affects your life, but it has nothing to do with boxing, just in terms of your success? How much does a male fucking figure in your life affect where you come from? Jay, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Todd, you work. I'm not trying to put any on the spot. My father had a lot of issues going on with my mom's where he was a weekend dad, and I love my father for that. I love my father for at least being apart for the weekend. Yeah. But now I'm going to ask y'all, let's get uncomfortable, man. How involved was y'all fathers? How involved was y'all fathers to making y'all great? Not trying to be all due respect.
Right.
You know, Jay, we grew up together, so I'm not trying to go deep in your past. Todd, we've been friends for, what is it, like almost 10 years, but I'm not trying to go in your life. But let's get deep.
Okay.
You mentioned great fucking people, and you want to mention Tyson. Tyson didn't have no father. Yeah. So let's go deep in y'all background.
That's deep, bro.
He had a father figure.
Fuck boxing. Yeah, my fault. I don't want to go off track. Let's go off track.
I love it.
Okay. I love it. Take another fucking sip. Let's go great. Because greatness has nothing to do with fighting or boxing. But how much does a male figure involved in your life take you to being great? Let's go, bro.
Let's do it. I mean, listen, I'll start it off, though. I would say, though, only a man could raise a man. You know what I'm saying? End of the day. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I mean, for me, I mean, from my experience, though, with my moms, though, we definitely had a lot of clashes, though. But I gotta, get a lot of respect to my moms, because honestly, she definitely pulled a lot of punches for us. You know what I'm saying? She did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Although her and I definitely, we had a lot of, disagreements, but, me as a father now, I understand it more.
So hold on, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
You didn't explain. Was your father a part of your life, or was he there?
No.
Did he teach you how to take them punches? My fault, Jay. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
He told us that. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put you on the spot.
I love it though. Because honestly, it's crazy, but you know what? I respect it so much because honestly, I don't really take it so personal like that. But at the end of the day, I gotta elaborate on that because at the end of the day,
let's go.
Yeah, respect that, man. So, of course not, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, my pops definitely was not involved in my life. I mean, definitely was not involved in my life. Like, I actually, spoke to my pops. The first conversation was at 28 years old.
Hold on. So you ain't speak to your dad, bro. Wow. The first fight you ever had in your life. Yo, we grew up, so I've seen confrontation, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna hide it.
Yeah.
The first time you ever spoke to your dad was what?
20 years old, bro.
That's
28.
fucking
That was the first conversation I ever had with my pops at 28.
That's crazy.
With an 8-year-old daughter who I had custody of.
Wow.
Yo, that's...
So it's like I had a daughter. Okay, I have a daughter. But I had custody of her. Like, she's living with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a whole different scenario. You know what I'm saying? So it was just so different, though. But I learned a lot from that experience, though. You know what I'm saying? Because mama, you know what I mean? For me, though, poverty definitely made me who I am today. Definitely.
Do you think
Absolutely.
it was poverty or your mom's?
We had clashes with my moms. And the reason why, because my mom's, and I love her, you know what I'm saying? I love my moms wholeheartedly. But my mom's, though, is that I just can't fall into the whole indoctrination of culture. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I just cannot do that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, again, though, listen.
What indoctrination are you actually talking about? Is it culturally?
Culturally, absolutely.
So what
100%.
what indoctrination was she talking about?
Negating your ancestry. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so what background are you coming from?
Listen, life started in Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go, Jay. Let's go, Jay.
So at the end of the day, like, yo, I could never negate, you know what I'm saying, my true ancestors. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, again, Europeans had such an impact.
Right.
You know, historically, globally, you know what I'm saying, where, like, yo, it's crazy where, you know, how we negate, like, our, you know what I'm saying, the people that came before us. Like, it's just so crazy, man. Like, my skin color came from my grandfather.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My grandfather was Haitian.
Yes.
Who obviously was the first, you know, black republic in the Western Hemisphere to actually gain the independence. You know what I'm saying? So I can never negate that. You know what I'm saying? So, again, though, like, I mean, it's just like it shows you how history has an impact, how it's taught to you, though. You know what I'm saying? How it's taught to you. Because in the day, like, you know, like, you born into this world knowing nothing. So it's very imperative how you teach, you know, your children. Because, again, yo, everything that we know has been taught to you one way or another. Like, right now.
So let me ask you this, John. Do you think your education and the way things presented you almost dictate the way you feel about yourself?
Absolutely. I think my upbringing definitely gives me a whole different view about life, and that's why I actually embrace it. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, like, I mean, us, like, you and I definitely, you know, relate to this. But, you know, like, you know, growing up in the projects, right? And I remember, like, vividly, you know, being brought.
I am DJ Jones of all, Lane Neil, Chris Ryder. We all did at the Roundtable Podcast, your source to knowledge. Make sure you click like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Did at the Roundtable Podcast, baby.